What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I know you're thinking, wait, you said you weren't going to be playing this game anymore. Well, you know, I don't. This is old gameplay that I had stored up. I need to use it. And I'm going to be talking about Call of Duty as well as Titanfall. I didn't have any Titanfall gameplay because I only played about 3 games of it and put it down. I'll probably try to play it a little more later on, but I just didn't have anything. I wasn't recording. So, topic at hand. And the reason I mentioned Call of Duty and Titanfall, a lot of people say that Call of Duty stole the movements from Titanfall. And I was thinking about that earlier today, and I thought, you know what? Titanfall was developed by Respawn Studios. Vince Zampella and Jason West were fired from Infinity Ward back in 2010. They went off on their own. They started their own little game company and developed Titanfall. Well, when they left, I did some research on this. I did quite a bit of research actually, just because I was curious. And when they left Infinity Ward, about 40 people left with them, and they all went with the majority. I'm assuming all went with them to Respawn to start developing a game. And they decided on a game that was going to be futuristic and have advanced movements. The movements that they were going to have, they basically needed to have some type of exosuit in order to do the movements that they were wanting to do. You know, the boosting around the map, things like that. So they started off with their ideas and their development with their ideas for Titanfall with just an exosuit. You know, like what you have in, guess what game? Advanced Warfare. So they played around with that for a little while and they couldn't come up with a good idea. And in my opinion, I think they were trying to come up with a different idea because Advanced Warfare already had that idea. See, Advanced Warfare started their development for, Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer and all them started their development for Advanced Warfare in 2011, late 2011, about the same time that Respawn started development on Titanfall. Now, a lot of people don't understand how long it takes for these games to get developed. You know, Advanced Warfare and Titanfall both came out in 2014. Titanfall came out first, came out in March 2014. Advanced Warfare came out in November 2014. But the games were developed for the same amount of time. Now, in order for Call of Duty to have stolen the ideas from Titanfall for the advanced movements, they would have had to known about Titanfall. They would have had known what was going to be in that game. And if the games didn't start development until about that time, how could they know? These companies are really, really good at hiding things from other companies, hiding ideas and stuff. And it's just ironic that Titanfall and Advanced Warfare both have the same type of movements and stuff. Now, Vince Zampella and Jason West are basically the godfathers of Call of Duty. Godfathers of Call of Duty. They developed Modern Warfare 2, and before they were fired. And it's just, to me, the way it seems to me is they already had the ideas on the table at Infinity Ward for these advanced movements for a future game, a futuristic game even. When they were fired and they left, my assumption is they had they took these ideas with them in their head. And when they took these 40 plus or some odd people with them from Infinity Ward, they came up with a game very similar to Call of Duty. And it's all they knew. It's the only type of game that they knew to develop. They developed so much of Call of Duty up to that point that that's all they knew. And Thunder mentioned it earlier. He said Titanfall and Titanfall 2 both feel a lot like Advanced Warfare. Well, no kidding. There's a reason for that. And it's because they were basically designed and developed and thought of by the same people. It's practically the same game. Respawn had to add something that Call of Duty didn't have and take away stuff. Like, they don't have the kill streaks, but they have Titans. They have perks, but they don't have the same types of perks, say like Call of Duty does, or the amount of perks that Call of Duty does. They were able to develop Titanfall so fast with a smaller company Because when the Titanfall came out, it was just a multiplayer. That's all it was. There's no story to it. It's just multiplayer. Advanced Warfare has a story, and you might be thinking, well, look, it didn't take Call of Duty as long to develop. Advanced Warfare had a story, had multiplayer. It was cross-platform on all consoles and PC. Well, it's a bigger studio too. They have more people, so they should be able to pump out these Call of Duty games. I mean, they got the stencil sitting right next to them. It's just a matter of cut and paste for the most part. In my opinion, I think that Titanfall, in a way, stole the ideas from Advanced Warfare, for the advanced movements. To me, that makes sense. And it's not really stealing, because it was probably Vincent Bell and Jason West, or one of the people that they took with them to Respawn, that actually came up with the ideas on paper to begin with. So, is it really stealing? It doesn't really matter. I don't know one way or the other whether or not you could really consider one or the other stealing the idea from the other one. But if I had to guess one of the two, I would say Titanfall, because they took the ideas with them and developed a game which is eerily, and I mean eerily, similar to Advanced Warfare. And it's probably a reason why I'm not a big fan of it. I wasn't a fan of Titanfall 1. I really wasn't. It was better than Advanced Warfare, but all I was able to play it on was PC, and I'm not a PC player. I can't play with a mouse and keyboard. I suck with mouse and keyboard. Some of you guys are probably thinking I suck with a controller right now too, but hey, I thought this was a pretty good gameplay. Anywho, it just makes sense to me that Vincent Pello and Jason West and the people they took with them took the ideas for a futuristic fighter game, a first-person shooter game, with them to Respawn. They had to come up with some type of idea, and it looks similar because it's all they know. They know Call of Duty, and that's it. And I don't know. What do you guys think? I would love to know what you guys think about this subject, because I know a lot of people think that Call of Duty stole the movements from Titanfall. Titanfall had them first. They came out with them first. If you do the research, they were both in development at the same time. They both started development in late 2011. Which means the ideas were on paper at Infinity Ward towards probably the middle or the beginning of even Modern Warfare 3. So the ideas were there, and I can't imagine that they somehow pulled it out of their ass and developed the advanced movements towards the late stages of developing a major game like this. It just wouldn't happen. Not these kind of movements. You're not going to get that. But that's my opinion on it, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, please let me know what you think of the channel. And if you liked it, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate everybody I got, and I try to keep it as active as possible. I don't do as much Call of Duty on this channel anymore, but I will be doing a ton of Battlefield. So if you're interested in Battlefield, I'm going to be talking about it, maybe learning some things on the weapons and stuff like that. But other than that, I appreciate you guys watching, and this Hurt Chief 1. I am out.